I'm in southern Rajasthan in the fairy tale city of Udaipur, set in lush landscape and surrounded by magnificent lakes. Rajasthan is famous for its fantastic vegetarian cuisine. Today I'm going to find out why that is. Vegetarian food dominates much of the cuisine in Rajasthan, having been strongly influenced by Jainism and Vaishnavism, two religions that forbid animal slaughter. Through the use of seasoning with a wide range of spices, exquisite vegetarian dishes bursting with subtle flavors are created. I'm about to find out more from executive chef at Uday Vilas, a luxury hotel inspired by some of the most stunning palaces of Rajasthan. It's enchanting. Manik Malhotra is at the top of his profession and is about to turn one of India's most popular dishes, the dal, into something even more special. Dal is a simple and delicious lentil recipe, and I've heard that Manik's version, Panchatan dal, is exceptional. Panchatan actually means 5 jewels, and it relates to the range of pulses used in this recipe. I'm off to find out more. Manik has brought me to the colourful local market in Udaipur to buy the grain for the 5-jewel dal. So which way are we heading, Chef? Dal is a preparation of pulses which have been stripped of their outer hulls and split. There are over 50 different types to choose from in India.
The smaller the grain, the better it is.
Why is that, Chef?
Because when the grain will be smaller, the kind of flavors will be more intensified into it.
Well, I didn't even know that. That's really interesting. So we need to get 5 different lentils, don't we?
These dals together.
Chef is going to use moong, urad, masoor, chana and tur to make the Panchatan dal, which means 5 jewels.
That would be enough for us.
That's fantastic. Thank you. Back at Uday Vilas, Manik is taking me to a much older corner of the hotel. Bara Mahal was built over a century ago as a hunting lodge for the royal family. This area is lovingly looked after by Roop Singh Ji. He's been Bara Mahal's caretaker for 30 years. But today, he's the official taster of the 5-jewel dal. So, Chef, these are the lentils which we got from the market.
Yes. When we mix all these lentils will be mixed in equal quantity, and you will get a mixture like this.
Yeah. Do you put anything else in the dal?
Yes, we are going to put certain things into it.
Okay.
That's the whole chili.
Right.
A little bit of turmeric is required. A little bit of salt and a little bit of mustard oil.
What's so extraordinary about dal is that it comes in all forms, and it's such a simple dish, and it's a staple dish, and yet everyone can make a mess of it. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I agree with your point, Reza. It's a simple thing, but while making it, you need to take care of certain things.
Exactly.
Okay, like dropping in a chili at this part of time will make a difference. Okay, will give you a very distinctive flavor.
Exactly. It's all about the flavoring.
It's all about the flavor.
Yes. When I say dal dals, and darling dals, but this one I feel maybe a much more of a darling dal.
Okay.
The dal needs to simmer for 20 minutes.
Let's see where's the dal. Oh,
look,
it's done. Now can you see each pearl is separate, each jewel is separate.
Absolutely.
So both these dals are cooked. That means
the dal is ready. To complete the dal, Manik makes a masala, which is a mixture of spices. To ghee or clarified butter, he adds cumin seeds, garlic and ginger. The masala is what gives the dal its truly wonderful flavor. Now that on its own would be fantastic to just put into the dal, you know. Next he adds onions and red and green chilies. Yeah. Why do you put the combination of both, Chef?
the red chili I use for the particular little smoky flavor. Okay, and the green chili I use for the spices.
Then it's finished off with brown spices, turmeric, red chili powder, cumin and coriander. The aromas are incredible. The use of herbs and spices to season vegetables and pulses in this way is the reason why Rajasthan, and in fact India as a whole, has arguably the best vegetarian food in the world. fresh produce is seasoned in the same way as meat, maximizing and enhancing flavors.
Just look at that color. It's suddenly transformed to a beautiful golden color. It looks fantastic. It's neither thick and it's neither too thin. It's just got that lovely consistency. You know when the dal is ready. I think it's an instinct, isn't it?
It is. We can go for the tasting properly.
Before Roop has a taste, I want to make sure it's just right.
Delicious.
But what will Roop think of Manik's Panchrattan or 5-jewel dal? It's the moment of truth.
पूरा लेना. आप पूरा मुंह में डाल सकते.
पूरा स्पून में डाल लीजिए. जूठा कर लीजिए कोई बात
नहीं, कोई नहीं. ठीक है. आप पूरा लेना. पूरा लेना.
बहुत है. Our elders has approved it and they said that he's like it. So I think we are passed.
I think you've passed, not me. I have to now make my own version now.
Yes, for sure.
These are the 5 dals which make Panchrattan. And Panch means 5 and Rattan is jewels. So this is a 5-jewel lentil. I'm using the same dal combination to Chef Manik. Mung, chana, tur, urad and masoor. You can buy them at any Indian supermarket.
This is going to be a darling of all dals. Now what we have here are 5 different lentils and they've been washed in warm water and soaked for an hour in cold water. And what we're going to do first is to drain the dal. The reason being is that when you soak the dal, the cooking process is lessened rather rapidly.
Add your dal to 800 milliliters of water, bring to the boil and cook for 20 minutes. Then remove the impurities that form on the surface. It's now time to add the aromatic spices.
Now the ingredients is the saffetida, which is a resin from a ferula plant, and it's the sap which has been taken from the stems and then it's been dried and then ground. And also it's fantastic in lentils as well as in beans and pulses.
Along with 1 generous pinch of asafoetida, add 1 teaspoon of turmeric and give it a good stir.
So we now cover it and then simmer. When I was in boarding school, we used to be served dal in the morning, lunch and dinner, and we used to call it life-saving dal, only because it's high in protein, it's a high protein carbohydrate, and it gives you a slow release of energy, and it's very good for one. Now the lentils are simmering away for half an hour.
While the lentils are simmering away, it's time to temper the spices, which means getting ghee or clarified butter really hot in a pan. Then add a generous pinch of asafoetida, 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds, allow them to pop and crackle for a few seconds, and then add the sliced onions and stir fry them until they caramelize. Next, add 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric and a pinch of salt.
Now whilst they're browning up the edges, I can start adding the rest of the ingredients. I've got some sliced garlic. You can use 3 to 4 green chilies. If you cut them in half, flip them like this, which will give flavour to the onion mixture, so they can pop in now. You can start seasoning that. Finally, I've got 20 grams of ginger, which have been finely julienned. Give that a nice stir. I love this dal because it's got such lovely flavours. It's the mother of all dals, I think. My onions are now ready, and my dal must have got cooked. Yes, it is cooked. And the only way to know it's cooked is that the lentils have gone soft to the touch.
Now add this onion mixture to the dal along with a pinch of salt.
And now finally, I'm going to add 1/2 teaspoon of garam masala to this. Give that a good stir.
Garam masala is one of the most popular ingredients in Indian cooking. It's made from a variety of spices including cardamom pods, cinnamon and cloves, which are ground into a powder. The word garam refers to the intensity of the spices. It's warming, but not hot in the same way as chili. To finish this darling dal, add a handful of chopped coriander and the juice of 1 lime.
And we're ready to serve. And now, it does look rather scrummy. Trust me, this dish is so delicious. The most simplest dish can be so divine. It's all about flavoring and taste. One of those dishes which, if you do it well, it's just fantastic. The finishing touches are yogurt and a drizzle of chili-flavored ghee, and of course, a sprig of coriander. And there you have my 5-lentil dal. My favorite and arguably the best accompaniment to the dal is chapati, which is Indian